I was delighted that I came to the land where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. I am disillusioned after visiting these scenes of violence that there the mind is full of fear and the head is held low. I saw Gurudev's land transformed, nay, defaced and defiled by political warlords. Nay, no warlord, Don Quixote, fighting against a windmill. But they are playing with fire. They are playing with blood. They are playing with human lives. I heard the sighs of widowed wives whose husbands were killed. I heard the groans of young children whose parents were killed. I saw the tears of our very dear mothers rolling down the Mother Earth. Helplessness, despondency, frustration writ large. This political holy with the human blood should end. How can it end? If there is a Raktasura in control. But where there is a Raktasura, there is Mahakali. We put up a fence to guard the crops. We put up a chain. We put a chain, not taking chain. What do we do when the fence itself eats up the crops? What do we do when the chain itself becomes mad? Isn't it this that we see in the battlefields? On the crimson lands of Canning, Bangla, Basandi, Kuch Bihar, Murshidabad, Purulia. Who is responsible for this? Who is responsible for this? As Bhishma said in the Mahabharata, if Kichaka is dead, Bhima is the killer. If democracy is dead during this Panchayat elections, who is the killer? Who is the killer? Who is the killer? Will the State Election Commissioner SEC please raise his hand? Will the SEC please raise his hand? You should know who are the killers. You are the custodian of the lives of people during election. You are the repository of all powers to ensure free and fair elections. You are armed with all authority to hold peaceful elections. The police is under you. Magistracy is under you. State machinery is under you during election. Still, why this gruesome violence, repeated violence, spiraling violence, murder most foul? The forces of darkness are on the prowl. Satan has risen from hell again. He is strutting and fretting on the streets of Canning, Bangor, Basandi, Kuch Bihar, Murshidabad, and where not. Lucifer, Mammon, Beelzebub, you name the Satans, you name them, all the forces of darkness are here. Yes, yes, Shakespeare is right. Mr. SEC, looking at the murders happening in the field, Shakespeare would say, hell is empty, all the devils are here. Mr. SEC, Bengal expects you to do your duty. Have you done your duty? Do you know what is your duty? Will you do your duty? You have to dip in the holy waters. When Rishi Kashyapa failed in his duty to save the life of King Parikshit, he was overcome with a sense of guilt. Rishi Shakalya advised him to take a dip in the holy waters for salvation. Mr. SEC, you have no holy waters even to dip into. You are knee deep in sin against the people, your masters. Sin against the constitution, sin against the judicial courts. This is the opinion of the people, assessment of your masters, the people. I appointed you. You disappointed the people. My constitutional appointee, you have failed, in my opinion, in your duty. You have failed the people. You are responsible for the corpses that fell on the streets. Do your duty. That is what people tell you. That is what they want from you. You have no time to listen to when I try to convey to you as a messenger of the people. I am a humble citizen of India. I have to find the time for that. I went to the field, the battlefield, where innocence is butchered, where the massacre of the unborn has taken place. They tell me, the people tell me what to do, what not to do. They still rely on you, Mr. SEC. People rely on you. Don't let them down. Warn them up. Still there is time. Still there is time. People are saying, the man on the street is saying. Bereaved mothers are saying, please protect our lives. In those places where violence has become a daily routine, please, they say, when my husband is killed, when my father is stabbed, when my son is hacked to death, please save me, Mr. SEC, they are saying. Only a phone call from you can save them. You have all the IAS and IPS officials under you. Do you know what people say about them? Some of them, not all of them. That they say the All India Service officials, some of them are ineffective, in effect abetting crime and murder with their conspiracy of silence. Mr. SEC, Caesar's wife must be above suspicion. Can't we change the errant IAS, IPS officers, shift them for the time being at least, and inquire into the allegations against them? People are saying, Mr. SEC, deploy center forces everywhere as required, including the police booths. Yes, people are saying, maybe an apprehension that duplicate ballot papers are being printed. They say this will replace the original ballot papers, the symbol of the most sacred democratic right, the ballot paper. The right to vote is in peril. Not a joke, Mr. SEC. This is a reality. Murder of democracy, murder of human rights. Mobocracy is stifling democracy, Mr. SEC. If you have tears to shed, shed them now. If you have ears to listen, listen now. If you have sighs to heave, heave them now. If you have voice to protest, protest now. If you have the will to act, act now, Mr. SEC. Be the Arjuna in the battlefield of ballot versus bullet. Mr. SEC, make elections bulletproof or not ballot proof.